So I haven't made a video in a while, and I've got a couple of bits of news I thought I might like to share with you guys. So I needed some background footage, of course. I can't upload a YouTube video with nothing going on in the background. Not very many of you will be entertained by that, just by the sweet, sweet sound of my voice. So I thought, right, I'm going to load up a first-person shooter or two or three and try a few and get some good footage, because, you know, first-person shooters are always a good bit of background footage. But then I remembered that I haven't played a first-person shooter in a long time, and I fucking suck at them now. I mean, seriously, shooters are like a form-type game. If you're not playing them all the time, if you've not got some good form, then you're going to be pretty terrible at them. And this is a fairly good example of that, because holy shit, I am awful at first-person shooters at the moment. Like, honestly, flat out not dying and getting the odd kill here and there actually makes me quite happy. But then I saw this guy do that, and I got all inspired and thought, hey, if he can do that, then I can do anything. Now, on the topic of doing anything, this video, I wanted to make it and give you a little bit of news, because I thought maybe there are people in the same situation as me. Maybe you're one of these people, maybe you know someone in the same situation, and maybe it's a little bit of inspiration for you to sort of follow your dreams and that sort of thing. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that I got a new job. And I use that term fairly liberally because I actually got the new job at the start of the year. It is now October, so that's 10 months ago. But let me give you a little bit of background. So when I first got out of school, I just picked up jobs here and there. I was doing a call center job and a couple of other things. Decent jobs, but not really career jobs. They just they paid the bills and that sort of thing. But I always had aspirations to get on to bigger and better things. So an opportunity came up with a company, with an insurance company, in the finance department to take on an accounting role. So essentially what they said is, hey, if you're happy to commit to studying and getting your qualification as an accountant, then we'd like to offer you the job. And at the time I figured, yep, hey, that's a career path. That's no longer just a job that is a job for the sake of, you know, earning money. It's actually a career path, something I can build a life on, I can build a career on, and blah, blah, blah. So I took the job, I started studying and everything like that at university, which college, I guess, if you're from America, but took the job, went to university and that sort of thing. Now, I was working full-time and studying part-time, which actually doubled the length of the degree. So it sort of goes from being 3 years to 6 years. And in the end, I actually switched course slightly midway through. So that was going to push it out to about 8 years, which is a long freaking time of study. Don't get me wrong. It is just as daunting as it sounds when I say it out loud. But anyway, I was studying and going along and doing this accounting role, and it's not overly great. It wasn't a job for me, and I don't want to take anything away from accounting. If you're an accountant or you figure that's what you want to do with your life, then power to you. But for me, it wasn't what I was happy doing. I wasn't enjoying my job. So, yeah, I realised this within about 2 or 3 years, but you sort of feel committed. You feel locked in. You're doing this job. You turn up every day. It's a fairly loveless job. You sit behind a computer. You don't have a lot of human interaction, and yeah, this is sort of 3 years, 4 years in, it became 5 years, and all of a sudden you really feel locked in, like you've picked your career path and you just go, damn it, I think I fucked up, I've picked the wrong damn thing. So anyway, you know, one thing led to another. But it was around about that time, it was actually July last year of 2014, another one of my tuition bills came in, and I looked at the dollar figure. And even though when I got the job, the company sort of said, yeah, we'll support you, blah, 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 we'll help you pay for things and everything, there probably wasn't the level of support that they gave me the impression there was going to be financially. So I found that I was racking up a lot of debt in sort of a tuition scheme that you can get in Australia, but also I was paying out a lot of money. And I looked at this last tuition fee to come in and I thought, what am I doing? Why am I throwing money at a profession that I'm not enjoying? I've now been doing this job for, 6 years, nigh on 6 years, and I'm not enjoying it. I know I don't like it. I kind of want to get another job. I'm dreaming of other jobs. So as difficult as it was, I went into work, and yeah, don't get me wrong, I was freaking stressed. I was sweating, and I was just nervous on this all day. I finally went into my boss, I sat down, and I said, look, I've just got another tuition fee, and to be honest, I don't want to pay for it. And he sort of gave me a puzzled look. You know, I'm sitting there in my chair, shitting my pants, going, oh God, how's this going to happen? Because contractually I am bound to either be an accountant or to be studying towards it. So I've gone in and said to him, I'm not going to study anymore. I'm not going to pay for this. I'm not going to study because it's not something I want to do, and I feel like I'm throwing some money away. And, yeah, realistically, what they could have done is terminate my contract. They had to give me 4 weeks' notice. They could have said, well, you're in breach of your contract, so I'm sorry, but you're gone. They went away and thought about it. They came back to me and they kind of said, look, the reality is we want an accountant in your position. We want a fully qualified accountant. And, you know, if you're opting out of study, it's a choice you've made. But at the same time, you've been a really good employee for the company as a show of good faith and goodwill. We're not going to say anything. We're not going to do anything. We're going to give you through to the end of the year, which is the end of 2014. We're going to give you the next 6 months and we'll have another discussion then. Now, they didn't really say what they'd do, but it was implied that, you know, they were pretty much going to terminate my contract around that end of the new year sort of thing. It's not the result I was looking for. I was hoping that, you know, because I kind of took the argument to them that, hey, I've been doing this job for a long time without a degree, so, you know, do I really need this degree to continue on with what I'm doing? Anyway, it was a better outcome than getting sacked with 4 weeks' notice. So anyway, another opportunity came up within the company, and it was a sales position. It was a business development officer, so it's more around the corporate sales sort of side, visiting other companies and you know, convincing their employees to take on the insurance for the company I worked for. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to apply for it. I had some experience in it, and you just never know if you don't try. And it was technically, it was an increased level of job. It was an increased level of pay. I mean, it was quite a good pay rise. It came with a company car, a company phone, so it was a really great job. I didn't know what hope I had, but I went for it. I thought, bugger it, I'm going to go for it. I applied, and luckily enough, I actually got the job. And I have been doing it since January. So that's sort of the last 6 months of 2014 was a fairly stressful time for me, which probably goes some way to saying why I wasn't uploading any videos with any sort of regularity, because I had a fair bit on my plate. It was a huge decision that the wife and I had to make together. But nonetheless, I got this new job, and I am actually loving it. I mean, it's a fairly full-on, it's an intense job. I'm always out and about, I travel a lot, but I'm loving it. I've got heaps of human interaction. As I say, it was a nice little pay rise, a car, a phone. So, yeah, I guess, you know, that's pretty much all I've got to say. But if you're stuck in that situation, you feel like you're locked in, whether it's into a job or you've started studying something and you're sort of going, well, I don't like this anymore. Don't feel like you're trapped into the role. Like, your path has been picked. You only have one chance at selecting your career. You've chosen it. Turns out you don't like it. Fuck that. Seriously, if you choose something you don't like it, life is long. Life is very, very long. And even if you feel like you're too old, like me, I'm actually not that old, but, you know, old enough to be working that long. But, you know, I guess it's never too late to start anything. So I was lucky I got this job. I'm doing really well. The company's happy. I'm happy. My wife's happy. I'm happier these days. Probably got a little bit less time on my hands these days than I had, which was never a good thing because I didn't have enough to start with. But nonetheless, that's my story. So hopefully you got something out of it, even if it was just to watch my really terrible gameplay in the background. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.